All right, good evening. Kim Baker here with the Victim Survivor Conqueror Ministry. Coming to you on this Tuesday evening on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch TV, Twitter, and Zoom. Okay. Um, and I'm hopefully got my the Zoom is working right. Hopefully. Not 100% sure. But anyway, all right. Anyway, this is the second part of our childhood sexual abuse, and we're going to be starting out this evening talking about the difference between molestation and rape. Okay. Before we do get started, if you're tuning in on Facebook, if you would please hit one of the buttons. Also, down in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you're going to see where it says bscministry.com. That is our website. You can go to our website and you can download this material and be able to follow along with us. Okay? All right. And again, hopefully my Zoom is working right. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, glad that you're tuning in tonight, whether it would be on Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, either one. Okay. All right. So, what is the difference between molestation and rape? Okay. Even though children have a natural inclination, to trust their parents, and also just to trust adults in general. Okay. And I talked about this last week, is that that we really have done a disservice to our kids about telling them that they're not supposed to tell an adult no. Okay. Because Marilyn knew what was going on didn't have anything to do with fatherly love. In fact, it was rape. Okay, it was rape what her father was doing. All the hideous acts committed against her was about two things. It was about control and about winning. Okay, and really and truly, we can narrow down the aspect of abuse to these two topics of wanting to control somebody and winning at all costs. Okay? All right, moving on. Whether I was awake with an intense alertness or an awkward or awakened by his hands, awakened by his hands touching me, My body was as electrified as if a huge growling bear was standing over my bed ready to pounce on me. Okay? This is how Marilyn saw her father. Okay? This is how she saw him. Just the waiting. And this is the same thing with anxiety, okay, or panic attacks, okay? Just the idea that that you could have an anxiety attack or a panic attack can bring on the feelings of a panic attack or anxiety attack. Okay? So, she was always at night, especially hyper alert. Why? Because she was ready for battle, ready to go to battle with the bear, i.e., her father. Okay. All right. So, Marilyn could have echoed the words of Job, and this scripture is taken directly out of Job. When I think about this, I'm terrified. Trembling seizes my body. That is Job chapter 21, verse 6. And if you've been a victim of abuse, again, you may have not uttered these words exactly, but you relate to them anyway. Okay? So, all right. So now, we're going to look at a checklist for childhood sexual abuse. Okay? And as we read these, if you have the material, place a check mark out there. If you don't have the material, think about these. Sorry, I've got a fly buzzing me and driving me nuts. But anyway, think about these, and if you at least put a mental check mark beside these and answer these to the best of your ability. Okay? So, there's two different types of sexual abuse. Okay? There's indirect and then direct. Okay? So, indirect. As a child, were you stared at while undressing, bathing, or urinating? Were you intentionally exposed to the nudity of or made to bathe with someone older? Were you made to listen to sexual talk? Were you shown sexual pictures, magazines, or videos? Were you made to sexually stimulate yourself with another person watching? Okay. These are all types of indirect sexual abuse. Okay. Were you made to pose for sexual photographs, videos, or even movies? Were you teased or ridiculed about private body parts? Were you subjected to sexual name calling? Or were you made to feel like a sex object? Okay. Now, direct sexual abuse. Okay. As a child, were you touched, stroked, or caressed in sexually sensitive areas, or bathed in a way that felt sexually intrusive? Were you kissed as a child? Were you kissed in a sexual way? Okay. Now I'm probably going to hit it right here, but I'm just talking about me per se. And I would really like to know what others thought of this issue. But I have a real issue with people kissing their kids or their grandkids on the lips. And like I said, now this is more just a personal preference for me. I never done that. Okay? And I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong. What I'm saying is, for me, I couldn't do that. Okay? And I don't know how others feel about that. Okay? Were you made to touch sexual parts of another person? That would be a form of direct sexual abuse. Okay, that's what we're talking about right here now. As a child, were you made to perform oral genital contact? Okay. And again, I just want to reiterate to you that if you're tuning in for the very first time to this class, we don't shy away from any topic, but we try not to be vulgar in any way, okay? And if it offends you, I'm sorry. Were you manipulated into unwanted sexual intercourse or anal sex? Were you made to perform sex acts for money? Okay. Now these were all forms of direct sexual abuse. Okay. What the wicked dreads will overtake him. What the righteous desire will be granted. When the storm has swept by, the wicked are gone, but the righteous stand firm forever. That is Proverbs chapter 10, verses 24 and verse 25. Okay? All right. So now, who is the victim? Who is the victim of childhood sexual abuse? Okay? And that's what we're looking at here tonight. Okay? The secret is so shaming, the savagery of childhood sexual abuse so crippling that we tell no one. Okay? And that is also according to Maryland. Okay? And the family dynamic in the Vanderbuer household only fueled the frenzied hush. Okay? Why? Because telling on others was considered taboo among Marilyn and her sisters. Okay? Because the one who reported a misdeed actually received harsher punishment than the one who done something wrong. Okay? So if Marilyn went and told her father that something her sister done, Marilyn would have actually got into more trouble than the sister who actually done something that they wasn't supposed to do. Okay? Sorry again, that fly is still after me here. And then there was the fact that Marilyn's oldest sister had been sent off to boarding school for being defiant and rebellious. And the same would likely happen to Marilyn if she said anything. Therefore, the trauma of sexual abuse caused Marilyn to dissociate. Okay? She split. She split, and she actually became two different people trying to repress what was taking place night after night after night between her and her father. A day child emerged, happy, sparkly, highly moral. But then there was the night child, often found curled up on her bed in a fetal position, waiting. Waiting only to have her perpetrator, her father, pry her arms and legs apart. Together, the day child and the night child exemplifies the truth of this proverb. Even in laughter, the heart may ache, and joy may end in grief. I'm gonna check my this fly. I'm gonna check my sound because I'm noticing I'm having a lot of people. Yep. What I was afraid of. All right, I apologize. Evidently, my volume was not on. Okay, let's see. There it is. Okay. Hopefully, it's working now.